Good evening. This is Jay Banerjee, your friend and your newscaster now from Remax. But I'm really here to offer you the daily, sometimes twice a day, update economic and what's happening with COVID-19. So today I'm in my home, obviously. I'm sharing isolation with y'all virtually. So first and foremost, by the way, thank you for sending me your questions. Thanks for your DMs or your direct messages on Facebook and other social media. I want you to know, keep sending me your questions because I promise you, I'll respond to every single one in 24 hours. So, great. First and foremost, today is the isolation new rules. Toronto residents are ordered to stay 2 meters apart in public parks under the new rules. By the way, I mentioned on Facebook, I'll talk about the mortgage deferral program, and I will. The mayor has signed a new bylaw ordering people who do not live together to stay at least 2 meters apart in all public parks and squares. The mayor made this announcement this afternoon at City Hall during the city's daily COVID-19 briefing. Mayor Tory said, as it stands, the new bylaw could fine you up to $5,000 starting at $750. Rather, he said he's trying to see if he can set it to $750. However, at this point, that's what it is. The purpose of the bylaw is to drive home the message that we must all stay home. The fact really is, the fact that I am here means I'm encouraging you to stay home. I am home. My wife is home. My son is home. We are practicing isolation because we want this curve to flatten. This is a deadly virus that has tragically claimed many lives and will be in effect for at least 30 days. How long this is in effect for is ultimately up to you. By the way, feel free to invite your friends to watch this. You can click at the bottom, it says watch party. Watch Jay Banerjee live daily, giving you updates. Thank you for your encouragement. I need this as much as you do because you know what? You're my friends and we are no more in isolation, virtually yours. The second point, which is the main point today, is talk about COVID-19 understanding the mortgage payment deferral program. This actually has left two scenarios. One is people in certain and many industries have been left without a job. That's a real dire scenario, and I'm very sorry to hear about that. The second is for many of you or us who had investments in the stock market, they have seen their investments plummet, unfortunately. These two scenarios and what's happened with COVID-19 has created a real concern, a very genuine concern. So what is the mortgage deferral program? It can help you during financial times, just like unemployment or reduced employment due to coronavirus outbreak. It's an agreement between you and the lender. Typically, the agreement indicates that you and the lender have agreed to pause or suspend your mortgage payments for a certain amount of time. It's also known as a mortgage payment deferral agreement or mortgage forbearance agreement, and it's a temporary measure. As the agreement ends, your mortgage will return to normal, and the missed payments, including principal and accumulated interest, repaid. Now, all the major banks are helping out. I wanted to see what my bank is doing. So I went to RBC yesterday, and I'll tell you some short-term tips. And I'm sure this is with TD as well. Let's say you are trying to figure this out and you're not quite sure how to go about it. Well, RBC will on the spot allow you to skip a payment. So if you are concerned about it, you're not sure when the new rules kick in or what's going on, you gotta go see your banker, you're concerned about isolation, you got kids at home. Well, you know what? Help is not far. You pick up your phone, you go online, and you go to the account summary. You go to your loan section on your online system. You click, and right then and there, you're able to go right on top, and you can click account summary. That gives you a 1 month break on the spot. Next, what you do is you call your bank. I know it's a long hold, but if necessary, you may have to go into your bank, maintain social distancing, and then, because ultimately this is on a case by case basis. What does that mean? A case by case basis means that you gotta go there today. For example, I saw a story. This is on the internet. When you type in mortgage deferral, you'll see Mortgage Deferral Canada. The gentleman, last name is Malik. He owned a restaurant in Whitby. He had to close down the restaurant because of this scenario. On the phone, he couldn't get through. He went into his bank and he stood in line and he told them the circumstance. They asked him to apply. Within 2 hours, he got a call saying that he was approved. His mortgage was deferred or stopped for 2 months. Now, the program can take you up to 6 months depending on the circumstance, and I guess this is my own add-on, depending on how long COVID-19 takes to complete. So, on a case-by-case basis, you are able to do this. The money is repayable, that we understand. How can it help you? Because generally, 30 to 40% of a household payment can be in your mortgage. If this is deferred and held back, the number one need in a household today is your own health. This was on CBC Nightline last night. There were 3 financial planners and they said, don't worry about your credit right now. Deal with your mortgage and focus on your health. What does that mean? It means focusing on getting your food on the table, and number 2, getting your medicine. That's your priority. How do you pay back? When this is all over, they will add the interest onto your mortgage, and it could be either a few extra payments over maybe a year or 2 or 3, or it just be over the entire time period. Just like this, the banks are working on a solution for the payback. Just for the side note, CMHC, Canada Mortgage Housing Corporation, is also addressing this and working with the banks. So please send me a message or email me. You have my email address. I'll put it on the screen after the call. This is over. If you need to contact me, and I'll find you an answer. TD says, as of today, or right now, they have helped 60,000 Canadians defer their mortgage. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Mortgage deferral, let's see. I'm just going online with you because you know what? We're in this together, and this is a scenario that is changing actually by the hour. Sometimes it has been frustrating. There are also reports of Canadians going to their bank and not getting an answer. If that happens, and with a smaller bank, I would say, and let's say it doesn't have a center close to you, stay on the phone and be persistent. I can't promise all the solutions, but if you have a specific concern, email me, and we as a family, as a business family, as a company, will do our best to answer your questions. Now, I have a message for another group of people. This is my third point. We're talking about isolation. Please, I know that we are all responsible Canadians and we will not break those rules. Mortgages, you know what to do. You can call me if you need to. Now, you've all heard Premier Ford, and I respect what he says, that if you can't pay a mortgage, don't pay, or talk to your landlord. Well, I have a message for tenants, and this is said with respect and love. Work with your landlord, talk to him, and do whatever you can to pay that rent. Why? Because how long can your landlord carry this through if you don't pay? Yes, he may get a 2 months break, and that $2,000 will kick in a month or two. Whatever it is, please I'm appealing to every tenant today in Ontario, every tenant in Toronto, every tenant in every community. Please pay your rent, talk to your landlord. There's a real scenario, and make an arrangement. This is Jay Banerjee checking in with you with your nightly news or evening news, and what time is going to be as needed. And by the way, I'm going to be expanding this onto several more channels. We're going to be on Instagram, which I will post it to. It's going to be on YouTube. So for today, moving forward, watch. If you want me to put you on a special list to notify you, I'm sure there's a way to figure that out in a technical manner. Please direct message me, and I assure you, you will be on every single time. So, and my wife Molly sends her regards. My son Roman sends his regards. We are here for you today. Our company, as a Remax, as a whole, Remax Realtron, we are doing everything we can to stand with you. We are you. We are one and the same, and we are in this together. Until the next time, and we will walk this thing through day by day together. So until next time, have a nice evening. Talk to you soon. And please bring your friends on.